The sky trembled with sorrow. Wren had just started his morning routine, pouring water over his herb garden, when the wind shifted. The birds fell silent. The air thickened. Then came the sound, low, guttural, mournful, a dragon's cry. He froze, heart-pounding. There hadn't been dragons in this part of the mountains for over a decade, not since the war between men and beasts had scorched the northern skies. Even after the truce, dragons stayed far from human settlements. They had reason to. Yet now one came, and she was weeping. Wren looked up as the first shadow swept across the forest clearing, vast and dark. Trees bent beneath a gust of wind, and then she landed, a massive silver dragon. Her scales dulled and scratched with grief, her wings quivering from exhaustion. Her eyes, once golden, were dimmed and rimmed with tears. In her front claws, she carried a small, still bundle, a hatchling. It wasn't moving. Wren didn't breathe, not out of fear, though few men would not cower before such a beast, but out of awe of all the people in the world. Why had she come here? The dragon lowered her head. Her eyes met his, burning, pleading, please. The word was not spoken aloud. It echoed in his mind, filled with raw pain and desperation. Wren dropped his watering pot. He approached slowly, palms up. Is it alive? The dragon shifted, gently lowering her baby to the mossy earth. The hatchling, silver like her, was limp, its small wings bent awkwardly. It wheezed, a wet, rattling sound that sent shivers down Wren's spine. Frost curled along its mouth. Its heartbeat fluttered like a trapped bird. Poison, cold blood sickness, maybe worse. Wren fell to his knees beside it. I don't know what I can do, he whispered, reaching out, but I'll try. The mother dragon pulled back just enough to give him space, her massive claws twitching with restraint. Wren felt her presence hovering behind him, a mountain of grief ready to crush the earth if he failed. But he focused on the child. He ran his fingers gently along the hatchling's flank. So cold, so fragile. It shouldn't be this cold. He could feel the pulse of death creeping in. No ordinary medicine would save it. But Wren was no ordinary healer. Years ago, Wren had left the cities behind, ashamed of what war had made him. How many lives he'd taken, both beast and man. In the wilderness, he sought redemption, peace, and something else. He'd found it in the hidden grove where the old magic slept. It had whispered to him through root and river, through the sighs of the wind, taught him to listen, not to command, to give, not to take. He placed his hand on the hatchling's chest. If there's a spark left in you, little one, come back for her. The mother dragon leaned closer. Her breath warmed the earth. Wren closed his eyes, drew upon the grove's gifts. He pressed his hand gently to the hatchling scales and breathed, not with lungs, with his soul. A faint pulse of warmth flowed from him into the creature. It shuddered, its claw twitched. The frost around its lips cracked. Wren dug into his satchel and pulled out the root of a sunberry vine, an herb that thrived only in sacred groves. He crushed it, mixed it with dragon leaf sap and a single drop of his own blood. A desperate blend, reckless, but maybe. He pried the hatchling's jaw open slightly and dribbled in the mixture. Come on, he whispered. She came to me. That means there's a reason. Don't make her lose you now. The dragon mother whimpered. The hatchling didn't move. Wren felt the flicker of hope wane. But then, a weak cough. A spark of flame curled from its nose like a candle sputtering to life. Wren jerked back as the tiny dragon gasped for breath, and breathed properly this time. The rattle in its lungs eased. Its body twitched, then curled slightly towards mother's scent. A noise erupted behind him, not a roar, but a sob. The dragon mother exhaled in a rush and dropped her massive head beside her child. nuzzling it with infinite tenderness. Ren fell backward, trembling. He had done it. He had saved the dragon's child. The next hours were silent and sacred. The mother dragon never left her baby's side. She curled around a tiny form like a living fortress, her body generating heat that helped warm the hatchling's stiff limbs. Ren brewed more medicine. He applied warm salves to frostbitten wings. He massaged a little heart with careful fingers when it slowed. And always he felt her eyes on him. The dragon watched everything, not as a beast, not even as a mother, as something ancient, something that remembered pain and trust in equal measure. When twilight fell and the stars shimmered through the trees, the hatchling stirred on its own for the first time. It lifted its head weakly, looked around, then made a soft, trilling sound as it saw Ren. The mother made the same sound, lower, prouder. Ren smiled. "You're going to be okay." The mother dragon leaned close. Her breath no longer trembled. A sound echoed in his mind again. "You are not like the others." He touched his chest. "I've done terrible things, but I don't want to be that man anymore." She studied him. "Then you are already something else." Ren's eyes burned with sudden tears. He hadn't realized how much he needed to hear that from anyone, even a dragon. As dawn broke, golden light spilled over the forest clearing. The hatchling, still weak but no longer fading, nestled beneath its mother's wing. She stood tall again. Her strength had returned. Ren stepped back, knowing what came next. "You'll leave now." The dragon nodded, but slowly. She looked down at him and extended one massive claw. Something gleamed at its tip. A single silver scale, small by her standards, still larger than Ren's palm. A token, her voice rang in his thoughts, of gratitude and a promise. Ren accepted it with reverence. What kind of promise? She looked at her child, then at him. "If ever your line is in danger, we will come." Before he could answer, the dragon scooped up her child and spread her wings wide. With a roar that echoed through the valley, she took to the skies, silver and bright, soaring higher and higher until both mother and baby vanished into the clouds. Ren stood alone, but not truly. He looked down at the scale in his hand, warm, alive, glowing faintly. He smiled. Years later, a child born in the Valley Grove would one day face a great danger, a fire none could extinguish, a shadow no army could stop. And just when all hope seemed lost, the skies opened and a silver dragon came.